Hello, good evening, everyone, and welcome to today's edition of the Accra.net TypeScript Beginner Series. Our goal is to equip every beginner with skills that are immediately usable in a global marketplace. Today is the fourth episode of our TypeScript series, and today we are glad to welcome Shadrach, our own Shadrach Inusa, on the series to come and continue from when Albert left off last week. Shadrach will be showing us some of the details of how to use the types that Albert talked about. So Albert, without wasting any much time, Shadrach, please go ahead.
Yeah, thank you very much, Wise. It's awesome having this platform to also give it out or show people how to do something with TypeScript. And today we are going to do much practicals because Albert did a lot of the talking last week. So this what we are having today is just going to be much of the practicals based on what Albert talked about. Yes, and so we are getting started. Let's get started. And sorry for not showing my screen because I have some little challenges with lighting here currently. So I just had to go this way. Sorry. So we'll be dealing with types, and we'll be handling. I'll handle variable first. So from variables, I'll go to operators, and if time permits, we'll do decision making. But currently, let's start with variables. All right.
Uh,
So as I said, today is going to be purely practicals. So straight away, I'll start with the practicals. So we are going to talk about the variables, and I will just say something little about the variables before I start. So most of us that we've passed through the C, and things, we've heard of variables before. So a variable, by definition, is a namespace in the memory, okay, that stores values. So in other words, it acts as a container for values, okay, in a program. So it's just a container we are creating to keep something, okay. We are creating a box to keep something inside the box, okay. So that's something like that's the variable we are talking about, okay. So TypeScript variables must follow the JavaScript naming rules, okay. So variable names can contain alphabets and numeric digits, okay. They cannot contain spaces and special characters except the underscore character, okay. So the underscore character and the dollar character can be used. So this is the dollar character and the underscore character on the screen. So you can use those ones in your naming of the variables in TypeScript. Then variable names cannot begin with a digit, okay. So you can't start with maybe one then blah blah blah, nah, or a seven then blah blah blah, nah, you can't do that. You shouldn't start with digits, but you can do something with this before the digits comes. um yes, so you shouldn't do that. Yeah, you shouldn't start with the digits, okay. So a variable must be declared, okay, before it is used, okay. So you have to declare the variable first, and in TypeScript we start with var, okay. So before you start declaring, and already you guys know the environment where I'm working on now currently, the editor I'm using now, so it's VS Code. That's what I'm using currently to do all this work. So in case you are new to what I'm doing, I'm using VS Code. Yes, so I can continue now. All right. So quickly, let's play around this. So um, let's play around some few variables. Let's declare some few variables and work with it. So when we are declaring, let's see, you can declare the variable like something like maybe var name. Okay, so you can say something like var name, and var name equals, then we say, let's say var name Shelly. Okay, so I've declared a variable, okay, and I've what's happening here is, okay, what's happening here is this the name, okay, the name Shadi has is going to be stored in the name, okay, in the name that you see here. So that's what happens, and it is string, okay. So since it is string, the name is string, okay. Name, we have the number and we have the string, okay. So the number is where we enter the 1 2 3 4 5 and things, okay. Then we have the string where we enter the letters or words or name or anything at all you want to enter. So that's the string variable, okay. So you can also bring the string variable here, something like this. So you say string, okay, to just tell the system that it's a string. Okay. We all know it's a string, but just to be on the safer side, you can do that to tell the system that it's a string. Okay. So we have this var name shady. Let me see why cannot redeclare block scope variable name. Okay. Okay, I'm coming. Let me try this. All right. So let me see var name
Okay.
shady.
Hello.
Yeah, I'm listening.
So for the var keyword, that means that what you are declaring has a global scope. So if we use the
Okay.
let instead, then the scope will be limited to the very
Oh,
folder, the very file you are in, right? So let's
oh,
try
okay. So,
the let keyword instead as
oh, okay, 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 okay. All right, that's awesome. That's awesome. So let's see if it picks. So I think it's given the same thing. Let me see
then you can
this.
change the name of the variable since it's
Yeah.
available.
So I'm sure it's the name of the variable. So let me just leave the var, then change the name of the variable, make it maybe names. Awesome. All right, so it works. All right, so the name was available. That's why I was facing this guys. Okay, so that has been fixed now. All right, so the next thing is now I've declared a string which is shady. Now let's declare something else different from the string. So now I want to declare something like a number. Okay, so how that one also go is the same thing, but if you like, you can declare it by bringing number the number data type there. You can bring the data type there, number, before you continue. You can do it that way. So variable declaration syntax and description. Okay, so we have var name string, then equals shady. You can do it that way. So the variable stores a value of type string. Okay, so if I have it this way, var name, and I make it this way, string, meaning I'm forcing the system to store it as string. Okay, then var name string, the variable is a string variable. Okay, that's what I'm trying to tell the system. Okay, so I can just take this out. It's all the same. Then I'll do another declaration for a number as well. So with that one too, I can do it. Let me say num1, okay, var num1. Then I can also declare it as number. So I can just tell the system that it should save this as number. Okay, then I will just have this 50. Okay, so in this time around, you realize I didn't bring these quotes. Okay, because they are not, it's not a string. Okay, it's a number. I can do it this way, or I can just take this off, then I have it this way. Okay, so we have this now down. Now let's try to print something out from here. At least let's see what we've done so far. If we are making some progress. Okay, so let's try what we are doing. We can't just be coding, and we don't know what we are doing, if it is really working or it's not working. So let's try something like this. Console, sorry, console dot log. Okay, so console dot log. So first let's print names. Okay, let's see if this thing is going to print out. We are just going to see if it will print out. I can't tell if it will print out, but we are just going to see if it will print out. So first we want to print this out. Let me comment this out. We want this shady to print out. Okay, and shady has been stored in this container called names. Okay, so this is just a bucket that I fetch water into it. I'm storing the water into it. So shady is the water, and I'm storing it into this bucket. So now if I want to go for the water, what do I go for? I have to go for the whole bucket, which I will get the water in there. Okay, so that's what I'm doing here. I'm going for the bucket to get the water in there. Okay, so that's what goes on here. All right, so now let's try this out. Let's see node. Okay, so let's see what we have there. Da, 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 da. Okay, I didn't save it. Sorry. Node. All right, so awesome. That's what you can see here. So it's definitely printing the shady out for me, as you can see. So today we are going to do purely practicals. It's just like the way you guys do the C stuffs in the school. I mean, basic coding and those kind. That's what we are going to do today, so that you understand that this TypeScript is not anything strange, but it's something you can also learn from scratch. Okay, so if you want to declare variable, okay, we use var, then the container you want to declare your variable inside there, you just type the container. So that's names. Then you bring the variable, the value you want to fix into the variable. So that's the value here. So it's just the same way I'm doing for the number two as well. So right now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to combine this name. Okay, I'm going to concatenate these names. Okay, this variable names and this variable number one. Okay, I'm going to put the two of them together so that we'll see if you are going to have shady 50. Okay, so that's what we should have. Okay, so let's do this. So plus, so when you're going to concatenate or you're bringing them together, so this is just something like the way we do the normal, I mean, code and stuff. Okay, it's just the same way. So when I'm going to put them together, we are going to do the plus. We are going to bring the this symbol, this normal plus that we always call it. We are going to bring that in there to concatenate them together. So we bring now. We have to call the number one. Okay, so you have to call the number one. Then now we save it. Then we run this again. Node. Okay. So you realize it said what? Shady 50. It has combined the entire stuff for me, Shady 50. So with this, you can play around it. Okay. With this, you can play around it. You can just play around it. You can just say something like this. Name is my name is, then you bring names. So my name is, then names comes. So when you want to bring space, you make sure the space go into this so that there are strings. Okay, so you make sure the space go into this so that the quotes will cover it. Then you will get a space here, meaning you are having a space in your output. Okay, so my name is, then you bring your names. Okay, so you have to bring the plus here again. So my name is plus names. Okay, then I am, so I have to bring another plus here to bring another string. So I can say my name is space, then I can bring comma. Okay, here. And I can say I am, okay, I am space. Okay, this one, which is the number one, plus, when I finish, I will explain this into details. Yes, okay, old. Okay, then full stop. So I have to put a space here. I'll explain that too as well. All right, so this is what happens. Okay, so my name is, I have to leave a space. Okay, okay, so okay, this is what I did. I did a mistake here. So my name is a space, then the name comes. Okay, the names come. Then so my name is comes. Then I have to I'm thinking of putting it somewhere because I don't want to bring another concatenation again. So I think I can even put it here, then space again. So this is all about coding, and it depends on you how you are going to play around it to just make it work. Okay, that's the whole scenario. So I have fixed this thing here. Let's see what I did was right actually. So let me try this out. Load. Um, oops, I didn't save it again. Oh, load. All right, so you can see the comma has come here. Yes, so I can do the comma. I can actually concatenate another comma here, but I realize nah, this is coding. You have to think a little. What if I put the comma here and I just put this in the quotes? Then I can just type in whatever I need here. So what you are seeing here is my name is Shady. Shady is speaking from this one names. So this is the container where I'm storing the Shady in. Okay, so my name is Shady. Then comma this. So this comma comes here. Okay, you can see it there. Then I am. Then the number one, which I'm storing the 50 inside there, comes. So I am 50 years old. Then years old follows. Okay, so I've just created something simple we all do with how do you call it, with our normal C plus plus and C code and stuff. Okay, so this TypeScript, and this is what we call the TypeScript variable declaration and stuff. Okay, so this TypeScript, and it doesn't look strange, right? It doesn't look strange. Previous session we've had, we had Wise taking us through the configuration and a whole lot, and um, Samuel Adrain also did the same. Then we also have Albert also doing the same. We weren't able to do more practicals, so today we are just trying our hands on all the practicals, and I'm sure you guys are enjoying it already. So it's just going to be practicals, practicals, practicals. Okay. All right, so I'm done with this. And right now, someone will ask, so in our C and other stuffs, we do plus, like adding, we subtract, and we do. Yes, you can do the same thing in TypeScript. TypeScript is not strange. Okay, you can do the same thing. So let's try something like that. Okay, so let's say var 3. So var 3. Um, sorry, var. Let me. I have to give it a name. So var num 1 equals 3. Okay, I have this. Then I have num. Okay, I have num1 already, so I can have num2. So var num2 equals let me say 5. All right, so we are going to use these two numbers to do some few magic. So let me comment this out so that we won't have them display again. Okay. All right. So now someone will ask, so how are you going to add this number? Yes. So we are going to add this now. You are going to perform magic. But before we do that, we need another container to store the number, the answer in there. I hope you guys are getting the whole thing. So we need a container, okay, that we are going to call sum. So this sum is going to contain, this is just something we've been doing always in school, okay? So this sum is going to contain everything we are going to calculate. So it's going to contain all. So let me change this and make it score. Okay, let me make it score 1. Sorry. Oops. Score 1 and make this one score 2 to make this simple. So score 2. All right. So right now we want this sum to handle, the variable score 1 and score 2. Okay. So we type score 1 plus score 2. You can add this thing straight away, but we want to create a container to hold this so that our codes won't be a lot. It will be something simple. Okay. We don't want to type plenty stuff in there. So we do the score 1 and score 2. Then now we bring our console. So our console to print it out. Okay, so the console does the print out. Okay, so bring our console. So right now we are not going to type plenty things. So you realize all we are going to type is what? Sum. That's all. All we are going to type is sum. All we are going to type is sum. Okay, so the trick is we took this variable, and now we drop it in another variable called sum. Okay, so we declared the sum variable and we drop everything in there. So we declare it as what? Score 1 plus score 2. So we brought this and we brought this. So we've dropped everything into this bucket. So now if we want everything inside the A, what? This is going to pick this and pick this, then what? Put the answer inside this one. Okay, so that's what you are seeing here. So now we have to go and pick this bucket and see what is in it. Okay, so see what is in the bucket. Let's see what is in the bucket. Okay, so we have node. Right. So it's 8. Is it right? Yes. So 5, 3 is 8. So this is being dropped in the bucket. Okay. When you add them, it's being dropped into this bucket, which is sum. And when we call the sum, it gives us, when we call it gives, or when we print it out, it gives us what? 8. All right. So right now let's subtract it and see what we are going to get. Okay. So let's save it. So we are going to use this to try all the numbers as well as. So let's make this one 28 and save it. Then we call this node again. So right now we are done with plus the addition. We are doing the subtraction now. So yes, it said 33. So 38 minus 5 is what? 33. Okay, so this thing can be changed. Okay, even though I did this sum, you can still change it. We can still change it and we can still do it subtraction, anything at all you want to. You can even put your name there, anyhow you want to do it. Okay, so now we are done with that. Let's do division. Okay, let's try division 2 on that. So division, and then we save it. Okay, so we come here again and run it. Not right. So it says 7.6. Okay, so it divided 38 by 5 and got 7.6. All right. So that's for the division and the subtraction and the addition. I'm sure you guys understand this one most because we did most of them in school. We did most of the addition and the subtraction at school. All right. Yes. So now let's learn how to concatenate two words together. Okay. We are going to learn how to concatenate two words or how to join two words together. Let me put it in that English form. So how to join two words together, how to join them together. All right. So it's just the same procedure. Okay, we are just going to use the same procedure. Let me quickly go through this again. All right. All right. So it's just the same procedure. Let's take this out. I don't want to delete because we are having it in our repo, which later we will share with you guys. So quickly, I want to join two words together. I want to join um, hello. I want to join hello and hello and maybe world. Okay, I want to join hello and world together. Okay, so let's try our hands on that as well. Right. So to do that, okay, we are going to declare again. So to make it simple, we are just always going to declare. As for the declaring, we are always going to declare. Okay, we are going to put them together. All right. And we can do this simply by maybe saying something like var. So first, I'm going to give you two types of concatenating the words together. Okay. So first, we are going to concatenate a message together. Okay. So first, we can do the var, then we can make. Let's give the word. Let's give the whole thing. It's a string. Okay. We can still bring the string. You guys remember? So we are going to concatenate message, and you guys remember I said you can bring the string to tell. This is to just let the system know that it's a string you are what bringing together. Okay. So you can do this, it's not anything, or you can leave this out, then do it this way. It's fine, it works. Okay, so let's try this out. So hello. Okay, after that I will show you another way of doing it. So hello plus, okay, then word. Let me put this in small letter. Let me put it in small letter. Hello. So hello plus word. Okay, then we have this. So now we can have the console.log, okay, into bracket, or I mean parentheses, and then we just give it what msg message. Okay, because this and this is being kept in this bucket. Okay, so we do it this way, we save it. Let's try if it works. Right, so you guys see what happens here. It has combined it. Hello world. What do you think we should do to give it a space? Okay, so we can put a space here, a space will come. We can put a space here, a space will still come. All right, so let's put a space here. Oh no, let's put a space here because after every word there is a space. So let's put a space here and save it this time around, then run it again. Okay. All right, awesome. So hello world. So I've joined these two words together. Okay, I've joined these two words together easily. Okay, it's not anything difficult. This shouldn't look scary. Okay, maybe when we started you saw it scary, but I think now I'm sure you guys are enjoying it. So we can do it this way too. Else, show you another way. So var msg. So let's say var msg1 equals. Let me have hello here. Okay, hello here. Okay, now I have var, but this time around, you see, you are typing a whole lot of code. You are going to type a whole lot of code to get your thing out. Okay, whilst you can do this easily by concatenating them up here easily, or I mean doing it easily here, declaring it easily here, and then you just print it out here. Okay, so you can also do it this way. Hello world. After that, I'll show you another way again. So we have hello here and we have world here. Right now, I want to display the messages. So I have to come here, console.log, parentheses, message one plus, okay, then I will bring the what message two, msg2. Okay, so right now, this is what I have. Now let's print this out. Okay, so now we have our hello world. So this time around, it has what combined these two for us. Okay, so that's what happened. So the concatenation operation doesn't add a space between strings. Okay, as you can see, it never add a space between the strings. Okay, it doesn't add space between strings. You are supposed to do that if you want to do. So multiple strings can be concatenated in single statements. Okay, so we can concatenate multiple strings here. So I've done this hello world. I can bring plus I am Shadrach plus I am this plus I am this, and I will concatenate all of them and I'll bring all of them out. Okay, so you can do it that way as well. It's fine. Okay, cool. So now let's go on. Let me give you the other way. So this has worked. Now let's try the other way as well. We are far behind time. Today we are just doing the practical stuff um, as Albert talked about. He did a whole lot of theory last week due to some few challenges. So I'm just taking you through the practicals, everything about all you missed from Albert's session. So we are done with this. Now let's do the next one as well. So with the next one, I can just put it here. So console.log parentheses, I can just put my stuff here. So I can say, let me say hello. Okay, let me do the hello again. Then this one also goes out. So I can bring in the world again. So you realize what's happening here. You can see what's happening here. So I can just print this out. Let me save it. Okay, I can print this out to see what is inside there. Okay, so I have the same hello world inside there. Okay, this time around I can even work around it. I can play with it as well. Okay, awesome. So now I have a space in there as well. Okay, so with the how do we call it? With the I've taken you guys through the operators, and then also I've taken you guys through the how do we call it as well, the variables too as well. Okay, so quickly, I don't know if there is any question, but if there is any question, if you have any question to ask, quickly just drop it in the chat session. Okay, drop it in the chat session, then I'll quickly go through for you and then answer it for you. Okay, but if there is no question, okay, so let me see. All right, awesome. So if there's no question, then quickly I will have to introduce you to our next thing, which is decision making. I can't tell if I will finish, but I'll just do some few talk on that. And then let's see if we can finish it within 5 minutes. Then we won't waste much time because we promise you guys this is going to be quick session introduction, quick session because it's an intro to TypeScript from beginner to what advanced. Okay, so we are going to take you guys pieces by pieces until you guys understand. We are not going to stop. Okay, so we are going to take it pieces by pieces until you understand. So this is something little for you guys to consume, relax, then we move on again to the next one. So we don't want to pile more stuff into your head, but we are going to just take it with you little by little. So I'm sure the next time you go through this, you understand it easily. Okay. So the next one we will be talking about is TypeScript decision making. Okay, so decision making structures requires that the programmer specify one or more conditions, okay, to be evaluated or tested by the program. Okay, so along with a statement or statements, okay, to be executed if the condition is determined to be true. The optionally other statements to be executed if the condition is determined to be false. Okay, so if you are going to somewhere, okay, so there's okay, I will come to this comment. So if you are going to somewhere and you think twice, okay, should I go? No, you are not going. If you are not going, then you are going to do something else. So this simple layman understanding to that. Okay, so it's a condition. Okay, so condition is just like the way your brain works. Am I going to do this? If it is not this, then you are going to do this. If this is this, then you are not going to do this. You do this. Okay, so that's how the condition works. Sure. Then a decision making, that's how the decision making works. Okay, so it's just like you are making decision in your company as well. Yes, if you are not going for A, we are going for B. So that's the decision making. So a decision making construct evaluates a condition before the instruction are executed. Okay, decision making constructs in TypeScript are classified as follows. So we have if statements. So an if statement consists of a Boolean expression, okay, followed by one or more statements, okay. And then we have the if else statement. So these are just reading. As we said, we are going to make everything look practical to you guys. We don't want to do too much reading with you guys. Yes. So um let's see if we can do something. Okay, let's do something. Let's do just one practical on the if statement. But before that, let me check this out. Okay, so um Agbaglo Eugene said, "Can you please declare another variable for the message one, message two? Then you print it out. Say message is equal to message one plus message two." Okay. So if I get you, let me put this up here so that I can just look on it and fix this out. Okay. So if I get, yes, so Eugene, this, so I'm sure you are enjoying the session. You're welcome. You're welcome. Faith, you also welcome. I'm sure you guys are enjoying the session. So with what Eugene said, he said, so now I should declare variables message one, message two, and now he wants me to print it out, say message equals message one, message. Oh, okay. Sure. I get you now. Yes, I was a little bit not getting you then. Okay, so this is what he's saying. All right, so I have my message one. Now, what he wants me to do is, Eugene wants me to put all this into another container. If I'm right, Eugene, he wants me to put all this in another container. Called, so let me put this out. You want me to put this in another container called MSG. Then I have the message one, MSG1. Oh, MSG1. Where are you? Okay, MSG1 plus MSG2. So this is what Eugene wanted me to do. Okay, so Eugene, I hope I've done it for you now. So let's try what Eugene said, if it will work. I can't tell if it will work. Okay, this is code. Okay, I can't tell if it will work, but let's try it if it will work. All right, so this is what Eugene said we should do. Then we have the MSG here. All right. So let me save it and run it and see if Eugene's idea will also work. Awesome. So Eugene, you got it. So it's working. So we combine this. Okay, let me use some words so that you understand. Okay, so we pick this and this, then we drop it into this. Okay, and now we have to go and look for this to see what is inside there. All right, so that's exactly what Eugene was talking about. So I'm sure Eugene, your question is answered. All right. Yes, so Faith, I've seen you alive. Yes. Thanks for joining us. But quickly, let me just do something on this before we move on. Okay. All right. Yes, sure, Eugene. All right. That's awesome. Thanks for joining us as well. So quickly, let me do this. Let me do this in okay, let me do this. As I said, I mentioned about the decision stuff. So let me do something simple on the using the while using the while to do that. Okay, so let me comment this out. Okay, so we are going to use the do while. We're going to try our hands on something like that. All right. Okay, awesome. So let's do this. Then if there's no question, we call it a day. So today, as I said, we were just going more practicals. Okay. All
Hello.
right. So, yep, boss.
Yeah, so I think for the decisions, we start from the if else and then we move on to the more complex decision structures, if that's okay. Yeah,
Come again with the if else. You mean?
we start with the if else and then we move to the more complex decision structures.
Okay. I get you. All right. So let me see. Okay. So we can start with the if. All right, so let's do with the if, as our boss said. All right. Mm. So let me see if I can forge a sample on if for us to use. Okay. Mm, I want a simple sample. All right, so with the if, let's try this out. Okay, let's try this out first and see if it works awesomely. I can't remember getting this in here. All right. All right. So let's try this out for the if and see. Um, yes, let's try something out and with if else. So I have my num equals 12. Okay. Then I have if. Okay. So we are starting with if. So if the num, so if the num, okay, with this, all right. So to make this simple for you to understand, okay, let me break this one into the normal typical English that we all will understand. Okay, so what I'm simply saying here is saying, if this number you are seeing here, okay, when it is divided, or when you divide it with another number, okay, you should get zero. Okay, that's what I've placed in here. Okay, that the number we are having, okay, when it is divided by 2, okay, the number we are having, when it is divided by 2 and we get 0, okay, it should be even. Okay, so let me finish typing, or then I will explain it better. I think I have to finish typing, or so that you guys will understand me better. Okay, so console, okay, console.log, then I have this even. Okay, when I finish, I will explain all this quickly with you guys. So, if I'll just do it in a normal English for you. Okay, I'm not going to make anything complex, because we plan not to make anything complex for you guys. So I'm not going to make anything complex for you guys. I'm going to make everything simple for you guys to understand. Okay. Else. Okay, so the else we talk about, if else we talked about, so else. Okay, so else, then I have to bring my parentheses again, open. Okay, then console dot log. So after my curly bracket, I have to bring the parentheses again, then odd, right? Then let me see if this thing will work. All right, sure. So I think this is something simple. Let me explain that to you guys all. So as I said, we declare a variable here. You guys saw it in the beginning. We learned about variable declaration. So I've placed this 12 into this var. Okay. And now what I'm saying here is, if this number you see here, when it is divided by 2, okay, or divisible by 2, it should be divisible by 2. Okay. So when it is divided by 2, the answer being equal to 0, I mean, when it is divided by 2, the remainder, okay, so this one is used for remainder, so the remainder you should get should be 0. Okay, so you should get 0. Okay, so when you take 2 and you divide by 2, you should get 0, and when you get 0, then you should print it out that the number is even. Okay, so the system should print it to you that the number is even. But when it is divided and the answer doesn't, I mean, the remainder is not 0, then it should be what? Odd. That's what you see here. So it should be odd. So let's see if 12 is even. Okay, let's see if 12 here. So 12 here is a number. Let's see when it is divided by 2, we'll get it being an even number. or get it being an odd number. Okay, that's what we are going to do here. So let's run this. All right, so it's telling us it's even because 12, when 12 is divided, okay, when it is breaking down, you are going to get what is divisible by 2. Okay, so you can divide 12 into 2. Then you get what remind, you will not get any reminder. Okay, if you divide 12
There's
into 2, you won't get any reminder.
another comment from
Mm-hmm.
Jin here.
Okay, let me check that out. All right, it said, and we have no remainder. I think that's what you wanted to see. Oh yes, awesome, awesome. Thanks, thanks for yes. So I
So
wanted actually I wanted to put
you can also check
mhm,
out some of the private messages.
sure, okay. So I wanted to use oh yes, awesome. Yes, so my boss is giving me time. So I also wanted to make the English more, I mean, understandable to you guys. Okay, so that's what Eugene has said. That's really true. So Eugene, if you change this to 13, okay, and we save it, and Eugene and the colleagues who are watching, we should get odd because it is not divisible, okay, by 2. All right, so um, that's what we were doing today, or that's what we plan doing today. And then I've covered these two things. I've covered uh, variables, operators, and decision making. So I'm sure you guys have learned something new in JS, in something new in TS. I'm saying JavaScript. So something new in TS. It's cool, right? It looks normal and it's just like what we've been doing always in our C and C++. It's something cool, and we hope you guys are going to join us next week. So today, this is all we have for you, and I'm sure it's simple and it's easy for you guys to understand this as well. Yes. So over to you, my boss and Wise.
Okay. Thank you very much for joining us on today's episode. We would make sure that we continue with the decision infrastructure in TypeScript for the next
Sure.
episode. Uh, our plan is that we'll be including more speakers apart from the default 3 speakers that you have been experiencing so far.
Sure.
We'll include
Sure.
more speakers from the Ghanaian uh,
Tech
on
ecosystem and
Ghanaian
stuff.
tech ecosystem so that
Sure.
we can also diversify the knowledge you'll be receiving
That's true.
and not from just one stream alone. So thank you for making time with us today. And next week, same time, we'll come your way again. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, guys. See you. Um, we enjoy you guys joining us, and we appreciate. Next week, make sure you invite your friends to invite another friend to invite another friend to join us because it's going to be awesome. We are going to continue with the decision making again, and you guys are going to love it with loops and function as well. So, thank you very much, guys. Okay, so from us, we say bye.
All right.